Hey Libra, let's go ahead and do your reading. Just FYI, somebody is holding a lot of love for you, and maybe there's crosswatcher energy. I'm not sure, but I can't get a clear reading on yet. It's just pre-shuffle, but whether or not you know that. So I'm telling you, somebody is holding a ton of love for you, and it's like well, the Hierophant is truth, ethics. This is just pre-shuffle. I'm gonna say hi and all that, and lay out a full spread here in a minute. But there's some sort of major truth tradition going on here. Look at that, dreams come true. There's some sort of strong stability to it. I know there's a glitch, so I know that it's not being shown, but it's coming slow. Yeah, wow, oh my God, I just got that major chills. I'm not supposed to be doing readings. I'm supposed to be working on some insurance stuff. Gosh, you guys, I am having such a hard time staying on task, like stuff that I don't like to do, and I'm like doubting myself and insecure. I got this message. I got a comment that said something about how it was so sweet. It made my day, almost made me cry. It was, she said, "You have no idea how excited I get when you post a reading." You know, she didn't say an Aries reading or a Sag, she said a reading. It was like, came to that reading, that comment came up right when I was sitting there going, am I doing the right thing? Am I helping people? Have I lost it? And, because I don't know. I just have been dealing with a lot of insecurity and stuff. So, okay, enough about me. Somebody really, really loves you. Really, really loves you. Yeah. There is probably going to be a second chance with this person. They're coming in slow, but look at that. New couple of, yeah. It's somebody that's really, I think they're struggling. Okay, let's go ahead and lay out a spread. Wow, look at that. Split the deck at the 11-11 foundation. I didn't see the cards, but I wanted to say, don't give in too easy, or don't make this person look, there you are, strong indication. We've got a strong reading. Don't knee jerk. I don't know the situation yet, but something made me feel like saying, don't settle. Don't jump the gun to text first, something like that. I'm not sure. I'm going to go ahead and High Priestess. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle and then draw from the top. So, might get a little loud. I stopped shuffling so much on camera because I had people complain. Some people would say, they didn't like it when I didn't shuffle on camera. Oh, I guess I'm not even shuffling on camera. And some people didn't like the shuffling on camera because it was too loud. So that kind of, I do read all the comments when I can. Strength card. Oh, I knew it. I almost said, I've got serious chills. I almost said it. Somebody is holding back from texting you. Wow. Yeah, because they feel left out in the cold. Oh my gosh. Okay, your energy. Look at this. 6 of Cups. That's fond memories. Thinking about a return, but stuck. Queen of Swords. Feeling like somebody feels like they got cut out. Or I feel like there's some unfairness here with this Queen of Swords. The Moon. The Moon. Pisces energy. Fear, emotion. 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Recent past. Cycle. A 5 of Cups, so feeling sad, focused on the sadness. We've got the World and the Tower. Here we have communication. You're going to get a text from this person or a message. Hopefully, I mean, what would be better? Maybe an apology. Okay. I know I'm jumping around. Let's see. Up next, the High Priestess, Queen of Cups. There it is again. Wheel of Fortune, forward motion. This is destined, and there's going to be a lot of love. We're going to have to clarify some of this. But, oh, that was Lucy making a little yelp in her sleep. Okay. Overall energy is holding back from sending a text. Now, you may be feeling that too, but if you are feeling that too, then it's going both ways, because the person you're watching for is feeling that, even if you are the cross watcher. Somebody, okay, hold on. Your energy, 6 of Cups, we've got the Hangman and the Queen of Swords. So there's an element, and I'm not saying it's true, but somebody feels like they said something, or something they said maybe was taken or incorrectly, or judged as unfair, or maybe they needed to be said, but the other person has hung up, or maybe there's like a standstill of, I said what I need to say, I've shown this amount, this much or whatever, and now I'm holding back. The good thing about the Hangman is that you know, the Hangman is somebody that sees things from a different perspective. Tell me about this Queen of Swords. My voice is shaky all of a sudden. Okay, too many to take, but the loaded here. We got the Justice. Remember I said there's something unfair with that Queen of Swords, and then what just showed up was the Justice. Truth, clarity. A stable new beginning, or a clear new beginning. I feel like there's a need to just be honest and speak truth. Chariot, big changes. Going forward, there needs to be more communication, and it needs to be more open and honest. So this person has wanted to text you and held back because they are playing the victim. Sorry. Hold on. Because they're playing the victim. Or they're afraid that you won't respond well. What's the Moon card for? Ten of Cups again. 9 of Wands. There's a lot of emotion here. And then we also have the 9 of Wands is somebody that's wounded by a past family scenario, past seemingly having it all, picture perfect type scenario that apparently has wounded them. It could be childhood. You know what I was watching? You guys, the 4th episode of the Twin Flame series that I have, it didn't get that many, okay, those are like personals. And they're designed that way. They're on Vimeo. Those are like personal. So they only, if not that many people watch them, so they come through really clear. They're listed down below. They're really great if you're on a twin flame journey. They're timeless. They're not new. But I just came across the 4th episode, and I was watching it to see, why did this one not do well? Because I want to add and do episode 5. Those things are so freaking good. If you guys are on a twin flame journey and you haven't checked out that series, those are, especially if you like personal readings. I don't do personal readings because what happens when I do a personal reading is I spend all day on them, and then I usually end up talking to that person back and forth for a couple days, and it takes me away from the channel. I get way too attached. But check out that Twin Flame series down below. I was just watching one, and I mean, they're so good. They help. I was trying to feel good. I was trying to remind myself why I do this and how, and how powerful it is and how beneficial it is. And I was watching one of those, and it just reminded me, and I know it also helped me realize that I need to do more. I don't know why I got off on that. So this person, somebody in this scenario had a very painful ending and said, I'm not going to allow myself to go back to being happy. I'm better off by myself. Painful ending, not going to show interest in any love anymore. This Ten of Swords is a painful ending. We're just talking about too much emotion and being wounded. And then we've got the Ten of Swords, which is painful ending and loss of interest, or not interested in a big cup of love. But who truly isn't interested in a big cup of love, right? So that's somebody that has said, no, I'm not gonna risk being happy because I'm gonna block it because I don't think it can last, something like that. Oh my gosh, I was just about to say drinking, and look at this. So temperance is, the meaning of the word temperance is, within moderation, okay? So in tarot, it's also about balance and patience, but somebody may have turned to other outside things that feel good to fill a empty cup of, that came from being hurt. And I always am on the lookout for drinking or self-medicating when I get this temperance card, but when it comes with one of these even, it kind of verifies there could be a drinking or drowning out how I really feel, pretending not to, or trying to numb it, maybe self-medicate. And somebody really is into wine, I believe. So we've got some Sag energy there, some Mars energy. We've got Leo. We've got Leo pretty strong. And then at the bottom of the deck, Four of Wands. So somebody went to text you. There's I don't know, I'm sorry, you probably can't see this. I'm just looking at these at the bottom of the deck. So we've got conflict, bickering, protecting themselves. There's the Knight again. Not night as in night on a horse, night as in nighttime. I'm feeling strong blue. Again, I think I felt strong blue in Aries, which is strange because I've got my nails done blue, which I never do. Blue. Why do I keep getting blue? But anyway, here's somebody pretending. What are they pretending? To walk away. This person is not gone. Whoever this person is, they want to text. They've gone to text and they've stopped themselves. So this is another message of communication. Eight of Cups in reverse. So Eight of Cups is walking away. My cards are not in reverse. So Eight of Cups in reverse, walking away from something difficult, but no, it's in reverse. So no, they're not. Or it looks like that, but it's a false mask. It's a pretense. It's not real. And then we have the Up at Night and the feeling conflict. This person wants to text you and has gone to text you but has stopped themselves. I'm going to get something else real quick. So peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. So that might be, for some of you, it might be you doing the self-medicating. I enjoy doing things that fuel me. It feels great to do things for myself just as much as I do for others. When I make sure I'm taken care of, I better show up for those in my life and for the work that they do. Gosh, is that true? That's exactly what I went through. Years and years of thinking, well, you know, I was widowed. I had a baby and I was pregnant and unexpectedly lost my husband, and I just like to make it through and just to survive. I was like, okay, my life is not, I was so spoiled too. He was so good to me. Like he would leave work and go to the mall and buy me something and come put it on my bed, like a package on my bed. So I'd find it later. I mean, he was so good to me. And, okay, let me try not to get emotional. Basically, I went like for so many years taking care of my kids and just thinking I didn't need anything, you know. I just didn't need to take care of myself. And gosh, is it like, but then when you finally stop, like my kids are almost grown now, so when you finally stop and take a breath, and I always used to say this, I can't, people would go, you need to sit down, you need to relax. And I would always say, I can't. If I sit down, I might not get back up. It's like once you inhale or exhale, then you get to where you're like depleted and you have to, it's like breathing. You can't just have breaths out. You have to have some breaths in. And yeah, you can do that in a trauma response situation for a while, but eventually it catches up. Let's see what your Moonology says. Supermoon, and I think there's a supermoon tonight. Wow, I'm going to read that. It says emotions are running high. I think there's a supermoon tonight or tomorrow night. Of course, this is a timeless reading, so depends on when you watch it. I set the intention for all these readings to reach the right people when they're supposed to, but that doesn't mean that, you know, sometimes readings will hit me stronger when I go and I save them and then I watch them later again. So this card suggests that the answer to whatever you're asking is right at large, like a silvery full moon set against the velvety night sky. Remember, I kept feeling night in blue. If you're wondering how successful something is going to be, such as a job or relationship, the answer is very. Wow, that's crazy. To use common parlance, the answer to your question may well be that it's under your nose. This card is about being larger than life, being special and bursting with energy that you can tune into and work with. You can expect plenty of good things and a positive outcome when this card comes up, but you may find a lot of emotion to deal with too. There's also a sense that opportunities around whatever you're asking about don't come along every day, so take action. This person, Libra, went to text you and didn't. So, you know, depending on the situation, you might want to at least send them some love energetically if you want to be with this person. If you're the one that kind of is doing the blowing off, you may want to send them a little, you know, note or some little sign to get the ball rolling or to get the communication going. Now, that doesn't apply if you've been ghosted or somebody is not replying. Then you leave it to them for them to make the first move and keep you in your power feeling of confidence, okay? All right, Libra, I love you guys. Please let me know in the comments. Also, I'm curious how many of you guys have been with me all along or for a long time, how long you've been watching, because I feel like there's been some turnover, and hopefully it's just additional subscribers and not, you know, anyway, let me know how long you've been watching. I hope you guys are praying for each other. I pray for you guys every day. And I hope you are subscribed because it helps me pull in your energy clearer. And all my intentions are set primarily for subscribers. So subscribe if you watch the channel and you haven't yet. And I love you and I will see you soon. I'll see you guys in the comments. Bye, Libra.